Hello students, today we will learn the very interesting topic about chapter number 3 of physics subject, and that is the current electricity. In the previous chapter we have learned about charges and Ohm's law. In this chapter we will learn about in this our lecture the limitations of Ohm's law. We can find in our day-to-day life so many devices. In that there are two types of devices. The one type of device is which obeys the Ohm's law, and the second one that does not obey the Ohm's law. The device which obeys the Ohm's law, that is V proportional to I. We have learned in Ohm's law that Ohm's law says this: V is proportional to I. V is the potential difference between two ends of a conductor, and I is the current through the conductor. So V proportional to I says that the potential difference between two ends of a conductor is directly proportional to I. So the device which obeys this Ohm's law is called ohmic device. The device which obeys the Ohm's law is called ohmic device, and the second device is which doesn't obey the Ohm's law is called non-ohmic device. So in the limitations of Ohm's law, this is the question of 2 marks, that limitations of Ohm's law. So first limitations of Ohm's law is V opposes the relation V proportional to I. We can find many devices in which V opposes the relation V proportional to I. That means V does not proportional to I. The device in which V does not proportional to I. We are given here one graph. Here in the y-axis we have taken V volt, and in x-axis we have taken current I. So if device obeys the Ohm's law, then we can find this dotted line. But in actual conditions the graph is in this situation. So the V does not proportional to I. So we can find the devices in which V opposes the relation V proportional to I. So this is our first graph, and this is our first limitation, that V opposes the relation V proportional to I. Second limitation is V proportional to I depends on the sign of the V. V is volt. So our second limitation is volt, that relation between V and I depends on the sign of V. V and I, the relation between V and I depends on which factor? That is depends on the sign of V. If you take, here we can take V and here we can take I. So the relation depends whether you taking the V positive or negative. If you take the positive volt, then you can find this type of graph. If you take the negative volt, then you can find the here lowermost graph. So there are so many types of graphs which depends on the sign of V. So this is our second limitation, that relation between V and I depends on the sign of V. If you take positive sign or you can take negative signs, in both situations you will find the graph in different ways. This is our graph of third limitations, which is called the relation between V and I is not unique. More than one values of I for the same V. So our third limitation is called that the relation between V and I is not unique. That means if you take V equal to 5 volt, so I equal to 0.1 ampere. suppose in any device you are giving 5 volts to that device and you can take output of 0.1 ampere. So if that device is ohmic device, then this situation is you are taking. But what is this limitation says that the relation between V and I is not unique. There are so many devices in which we can find more than one values of I for the same voltage. That means if you are giving the 5 volts of input, you can get output of 0.1 ampere, 0.2 ampere, 5 ampere, 10 ampere, whatever you want. So this limitation says that there are so many devices in which you can get more than one outputs for only one inputs. Here you are giving 5 volt and you can take output so many types of. So this is our third limitations. What are the first limitations? That V opposes the relation V and V proportional to I. This is our first limitations graph. Second calls relation between V and I depends on the sign of V, whether it can be positive or negative. The relation between V and I is not unique. Unique means there is only one relation between this V and I, but there are so many devices in which you are taking more than one outputs for only one input. So this was the limitations of Ohm's law. That is very important questions to be asked in exam. So this question was of 2 marks. Next question, resistivity of various material. We have learned about resistivity. What is resistivity? So the resistivity is the resistance per unit length of conductor. We have learned the formula of resistivity. So the resistivity is rho equal to R, resistance R equal to rho L upon A. This was the formula of resistance. But if we make the subject rho, then we find that rho equal to R A upon L. Rho equal to R into A. L will be in denominator. So R A upon L. So this is the formula of resistivity, rho equal to Ra upon L. And the unit of resistivity was ohm into meter, that we have learned in the previous lecture. So the resistivity of various materials. There are 3 types of materials in our day-to-day life. First one is conductor, second one is insulator, and third one is semiconductor. What is the metals? Metal is called conductor. So all the metals are conductor. For example, aluminium, gold, silver, that all are metals. So the metals, the resistivity, range of resistivity in metal is 10 raised to minus 8 ohm into meter to 10 raised to minus 6 ohm into meter. We can find the resistivity in the range of 10 raised to minus 8 to 10 raised to minus 6 ohm into meter in metals or conductors. Second one is insulators. So what is insulator? So the insulator is the device or the element through which we cannot pass the electricity. So the insulators, for example, ceramic, rubber, wood, plastic, these are the examples of insulators. So the insulators, the resistivity of insulators is 10 raised to 18 times more than the metals. Metals have resistivity in the range of 10 raised to minus 8 ohm into meter to 10 raised to minus 6 ohm into meter. This is the range of resistivity of metals. But in insulator there are more resistivity and low conductivity. The insulators have the resistivity is 10 raised to 18 times more than metals. So we can say that the insulators have more resistivity than metals. And the third one is semiconductor. Semi. So the semiconductor. So the semiconductors have the resistivity between metals and insulator. So the highest resistivity is of insulator, then after semiconductor, and the lowest resistivity of metals have. The resistivity of semiconductors is lies between metals and insulators. So the example of semiconductors is silicon, germanium, gallium, all the element in our periodic tables, group number 14, carbon, silicon, germanium, gallium, indium. So all these are semiconductors. Once again, we can define the metals, that the element through which we can pass the electricity or heat is called metals. The range of resistivity in metals is 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter into 10 raised to minus 6 ohm meter. The resistivity in the insulator is 10 raised to 18 times more than the metals. For example, ceramic, rubber, plastic, wood, etc. The resistivity in semiconductor lies between metals and insulator. The example of semiconductors are silicon and germanium. Thank you.